Who is Judy Moody? Good question. Well, I think most of all, Judy is just a real kid. And I think some of her characteristics, I mean, even just having messy hair and sort of, um, you know, she's very real. She's not good at everything. She's terrible at spelling, and she's always getting in trouble in class for talking out of turn, and they send her to Antarctica in the back of the room where she has to chill out. And so she's just a very real kid. And I think a lot of kids read about Judy and recognize themselves or feel like they can connect with her because it's something that I get tons of letters from kids, and a lot of kids write to me and want to be Judy Moody's best friend. So they really recognize themselves in her and think that they would make, a good pair or good friends. So I think that's a lot of the popularity of Judy, is that kids really make this connection with her. But also a key thing to Judy Moody was hitting on the idea of moods. And I started to notice, I would go out and visit kids in libraries or classrooms, and around this age, about 8 or 9, kids started to ask me if I was ever in a bad mood. And then they would go a little further and say, well, and I would say, yeah, of course, we all have a bad mood sometime, and I in particular have a lot of them. And then they would say, well, can you write a book when you're in a bad mood? So they were really thinking about moods and maybe hearing this from their parents and having it pointed out when they're in a mood. And so it got me thinking that right around this age, the idea of moods become really important to kids. And I thought, if this is something they're really experiencing, wouldn't that be great to show in literature and have somebody who isn't always happy and isn't always the best at everything. And when she has disappointments and obstacles, sometimes she's in a really bad mood. Or if they're in the car and Stink is really bugging her and won't leave her alone, it puts her in a bad mood. And I think that's something that's just so universal that kids really started to see themselves in Judy.